Hi, it's John Wallace from LiftLab, and I wanted to give an introduction to our system. This is a material that many of our customers are familiar with, but if you have new employees or need a refresher, I think you might enjoy some opening comments about us. Um, we know that our clients and our prospects are faced with hard questions every day. These are the type of questions kind of running around the hallways and the Zoom rooms of our clients. And at the bottom we have if over and over again, if I this question of if I spend $50,000 or you're given $50,000, one, where would you spend it? And two, how much revenue will it generate? And that is exactly what we're going to talk about and what we address in LiftLab. For the most part, uh, a lot of brands have kind of conflicting signals. You might be looking at numbers that are put together on a last click basis that show one version of the truth and conflicting signals if you go in platform. And this is exactly what we're helping to address. And one of the leading principles that we are built on is the answer to this question, which is if you were to double or triple or even quadruple your spend on any channel, this example is Facebook prospecting in the question, but it could be on non-brand search or TikTok or YouTube, anything. What's going to happen to the ROAS metric? Will it go up? Will it stay the same? Or will it go down? And most of us who have done large swings in spend have noticed that ROAS will typically go down. And what we're talking about there is diminishing returns. That's the phenomena that's happening. Or as I like to say, unfortunately, if we triple our spend, we don't necessarily triple the revenue. And it looks like this graphically. It's saying on a platform, kind of any platform, as I flex my spend, what's going to happen to my revenue? And the ROAS goes down is reflecting that you have really good performance at the beginning, but over time that's going to taper off. And this is called diminishing returns. And LiftLab is really there for brands to quantify this for their brand. What do the different channels look like? What are the performance like? And this is our North Star. It's baked into LiftLab. And the way that we get there, these diminishing return curves, are through an agile mix model. So we're putting the agile mix model up for your brand. You're putting your data into LiftLab, and this model is coming out of it. And we're addressing some of the shortcomings traditionally that people have had with mixed models traditionally. One would be that the latency. This needs to be a Monday morning report in our view, something that you can use on Monday mornings to plan, to review the last week and plan your next week. And typically mixed models have been coming out, more like quarterly or even annually in some cases. So the latency of this we've addressed. The next would be the granularity, the ability to get down below the channel level, down to the tactic level, or down to the campaign or publisher level. The other would be believability. And what we found is that sometimes when people look at mixed models, they have trouble with some of the answers. And we looked at that and said, quite often, if there is a trouble with an answer, it's because there's low signal data going into the model in the first place. And our remedy for that is for brands to be able to run geo-based, call them incrementality or diminishing return experiments from LiftLab, and the learnings from those experiments to be routed back into the model.